Welcome to Arab Business. Let's take a look at today's top business news in the Middle East. Secretary General of the Union of Arab Banks, Wissam Fattouh, says US laws put a lot of pressure on the compliance departments of Arab banks, compelling them to carefully examine every transaction. Charges of money laundering and terrorist funding have hit Amman-based Arab Bank, whose chairman assured US officials in New York that his bank had not provided any funds to Hamas, which Washington considers a terrorist organization. All or most Arab banks have made substantial changes to their risk management and money laundering supervision to avoid the wrath of Washington, which will not hesitate to blacklist any bank suspected of illegal practices. Lebanon was one of the first countries in the region to create a special investigation commission, which is tasked with handling any report from abroad about potential money laundering activities. Nicolas Hamas, president of the Beirut Traders Association, says low consumer spending in September and absence of Arab tourists has taken a toll on Lebanon's traders, who are already struggling in hard economic times. He added that the trade sector was suffering losses and that many merchants were no longer making any profits. Hamas said the solution to Lebanon's economic issues start with the election of a president, emphasizing the need to restore stability in the country in order to boost growth, which is expected to range between 0% and 1% this year. Economic associations are due to hold a news conference tomorrow to highlight the problems facing various sectors. The average amount spent by customers in the UAE in restaurants has increased by around 2/3 compared to last year, according to the results of a new survey. The most common average spend per head was $40 to $60, moving up from $20 to $40 last year, according to the results of the 5th annual Caterer Middle East Head Chef Survey, which spoke to 134 professional chefs based across the Middle East. The survey also found that 5.22% of chefs said average spending was above $1,000, compared to 4.5% who said the same last year. And a number of chefs said this change was driven by consumers, while others noted the hike in price of raw materials and an increase in produce costs. A Saudi citizen had forked out 300,000 Saudi riyals, which is approximately $80,000, for a unique phone number in an auction that raised 5 million Saudi riyals for the state-owned Saudi telecom company. 64 phone numbers classified into diamond, gold and silver categories were offered, with the lowest reserve set at 3,000 Saudi riyals. The firm would not reveal the identity of the bidders or the phone numbers, but a Saudi newspaper said a 35-year-old businessman who bought a number for 20,000 riyals said it was nice to have a special number that could be easily remembered by callers. Egypt's Minister of Petroleum Sharif Ismail says 15 agreements on oil and natural gas exploration will be signed in the upcoming days, adding that another 35 agreements have already been signed, including 27 new ones on exploration and 8 old agreements that have been modified. And Egypt's government is moving towards importing gas, which will be taking place for the first time and requires the supervision of specialized ports for gas liquefaction. Ismail added that building specified ports requires time, and the completion of the first port should be in December 2014 for gas and oil export. The minister said that Egypt is committed to its agreements with other countries and respects the contracts until the date of expiration. That was it for today's business news. For more updates, visit us on Levant.tv. Thanks for joining us. We'll be with you again tomorrow with some more of the business world in the Middle East.